What I'm realizing more and more is that what we give energy to impacts the way we think and feel, and ultimately then how we act. It can impact our mood, our emotions, and how we interact with other people in the world around us. Hey there, my name is Dr. Beth Russell, and I want to know, what would you do if you were not afraid? Right now, what would your life, your job, your relationships look and feel like if you could be unapologetically you? What's holding you back? This podcast is for anyone that wants to make a change but isn't sure where to start. Let's look inward together and let's talk about you and me, our mental health, our self-care, inner and outer selves, and all that makes us, well, us. It's time to get real, feel the feels, challenge what's holding us back, and connect. This is the Authentic and Brave podcast. As I sit to record this episode, I keep looking at my hands. Well, my nails, really. See, they're bright orange. Not a color I usually wear, but I wanted to try something new, so I did. Something in the past I really wouldn't have chosen easily or even acknowledged that I wanted to do. I'm a basic gray, maybe a red, maybe an occasional brown, but I usually keep my nails pretty simple if I'm wearing nail color at all. So that's what I want to talk about today, nail color. Well, not really just nail color, but I'm hoping that it gets your attention. I think sometimes we have to do some things that make us uncomfortable because of our silly internal rules that we don't even realize we have. We have to challenge them. We have to move past our comfort zone. And sometimes we just have to let be who we are. And for me today, that's wearing orange nails. In January of this year, Glamour magazine had an article entitled, How to Manifest Your 2023 Goals Using Nail Polish Colors. And the byline was, Good nails, good vibes. I love that term, good vibes. It just makes me happy. The title of this article made me smile, and so it made me read more. I've always loved to paint my nails, but if I'm honest, I've always done so conservatively. I love a good red. Like I said, I love gray. Gray is my go-to. In the past year, though, I've branched out into blues, hot pink, orange, black, and even yellow. Now you may think, so what? Who really cares? But for this rule follower who wore a Catholic school girl's skirt for the first 8 years of schooling, what nail polish someone wore or not was enough to get them in trouble. And so for most of my life, even my adult life, I've played it safe. And when I did paint my nails, I stayed with non-assuming basic colors. I mean, I wouldn't want someone to disapprove of me because I had on the wrong nail color. Now, this probably sounds foolish to you, but to me, a rule follower, people pleaser, believing, because I was told, that there is a right and a wrong way to do things, and yes, even nail color matters, allowing myself to try different shades and have brightly colored fingertips was risk-taking, and is still risk-taking. And I never even really thought much about it until my own daughter started painting her nails. When she was little, we used to paint her nails all types of colors and had a ton of colors and shades of the rainbow. It was fine for her. She was a child. She was trying things out. She was being creative. She was being colorful. She saw the world in color. But for me, I didn't see the world in color as much anymore. See my judgment there? The fact that my daughter was a child meant she could wear and do and be whatever she wanted. She could be bold. She could be brave. The message I told myself was that I needed to do what was mild and expected of me. My judgments of myself and what is acceptable can be so harsh, and I don't even realize that I'm holding those beliefs. And I thought I was the only one who had such a harsh inner critic. And then I started talking to my friends and my clients, my colleagues, and I realized quickly I wasn't. Many women I talk to discuss how certain colors make them feel, if their mother-in-law or husband approves of their color choice, what is acceptable, and what colors are considered a risk to wear, even on their nails. All this about nail polish. I remember my dad's mother telling a story of how she got in trouble at school for being rebellious and wearing pink nail polish when she was about 8 or 9. From that day on, she never wore it and told me several times a proper woman doesn't wear nail polish. And then I had my mom's mom. She always had the most gorgeously painted, manicured nails, long, thick, so pretty. Grandma Sullivan loved a good pink, a deep red, or even the occasional blue. She was a little ahead of her time. She was a creative soul who wasn't afraid of color. It's amazing to me that I think back about these two women and how different emotions arise when I think of one versus the other. One was strict, with rules that had to be followed and messages that I had to internalize in order to be approved of and loved. Her messages held messages of worth or not being worth, love, approval, acceptance. And the other, she was loving and funny, creative and engaging. Her nails reflected the color she was in the world. I wish I had seen it earlier and followed after her a bit more before now. So why is it hard for me to go into the nail salon, something I know I am privileged to do several times a year, and pick a color that speaks to me? It should be easy, right? Going always makes me nervous. Is that silly? Probably to some, but to me it can be difficult. Each time I'm there, I'm forced to look at several books of different nail color samples and have to pick which one to put on. I have to commit to a shade. One that goes well with my skin. Will it complement my outfit? Will it match my mood? Will other people like it? Do I like it? So many decisions that it actually makes me anxious. And when I realize now, it also has a lot to do with the messages I was raised with about spending money on having my nails done, having the right color, the judgment that other people hold, and how others may see me. That's a lot of pressure for picking out a color just to put on my nails for a few weeks. And the best part, it really isn't even high risk. I could ask them to change it or take it off by myself if I hate it. So why then does it cause so much anxiety for me and for others that I've talked about? Well, for all of the reasons I've given, and the one that caused me to start this podcast, authenticity. See, tuning into what I want, truly want, is hard for me. Picking a color, one that I love, comes with a million thoughts and judgments and even worries that when I step back from them are kind of ridiculous. And yet that's how I'm wired. To worry what others need, think, want, or think of me is where my mind automatically goes. So how in the world, if I can't pick a nail color that I love to wear proudly, can I trust my authentic self in other situations? It's a good question. A few weeks ago, I did a podcast on using Ruler, R-U-L-E-R, a tool for helping us identify our emotions and understanding ourselves better. A quick recap, Ruler stands for recognizing, understanding, labeling, expressing, and regulating. I realized that whenever I need to make a decision for me, I first must feel. I have to go inward and figure out what it is I'm reacting to or what it is I want before I can even put it into words. I feel whatever is going on inside and understand why I feel the way I do. I use Ruler, recognizing, understanding, labeling, expressing, and regulating what I feel. I have to often quiet the judgments, and then there often are a lot of them, as well as the messages from others I have somehow turned into rules and work to challenge and change them. While I'm blessed to have people in my life who care for me, they don't know what's best for me. I do, and you do for you. Is picking a nail color really that big of a deal? Does it need to have such rules, judgment, or anxiety around it? I don't think it needs to have rules for me anymore. I think it's about honoring what I like and not being afraid to try something new. What I'm realizing more and more is that what we give energy to impacts the way we think and feel, and ultimately then how we act. It can impact our mood, our emotions, and how we interact with other people in the world around us. I know this, you know this, but sometimes I forget and need reminders, like orange nails. Wearing different shades of blue, yellow, red, and other various colors push me out of my comfort zone and remind me to take risks. These are risks that no one has ever heard me speak about before now. It's about self-expression and creativity, as well as increasing my confidence and authentic wants. It's taking the inside and having the outside match the inside. Nail art is way more than just a way to make your nails pretty. According to a recent study, different nail colors can reflect your mood, personality, and even your current state of mind. And honestly, I'm finding that to be true. Every time I look at my orange nails, I'm reminded that I did something for me. And I know, of course, I came home and one of my kids is like, yeah, I'm not loving that color, Mom. But that's okay. Another one of my kids said, oh, I like that. It's bright. And it makes me smile. And so I did it for me. I like that they like it, but I'm okay that the other one didn't. Are you a fan of young adult fiction, magic, and adventure? Then you won't want to miss Kindreds, the thrilling new fantasy novel from author B.B. Russell. Join our heroine, 16-year-old Lila, after the death of her last living relative when she reconnects with a boy named Joey from her childhood who harbors a secret. Needing to know what it is, Lila follows him and finds herself in Carnival Noliana, a disappearing world of magic and wonder, hidden just beyond the veil of the ordinary that is looking for 10 new members. With Noliana set to disappear at the end of Masquerade in 4 days, Lila must decide if she should follow her heart and Joey into Noliana for good, or trust her instincts and intellect that Noliana may not be what it seems. With unforgettable characters, a battle between listening to one's head or one's heart, and heart-pounding action, Kindreds is the perfect choice for anyone who loves young adult fantasy. So don't wait, pick up your copy today and embark on an epic adventure you won't soon forget. Kindreds by B.B. Russell is now available at your favorite bookstore or at www.authenticandbrave.com/kindreds, KINDREDS. Recently, I've been reading a lot about the psychology of color. Did you know that specific colors often evoke certain emotions or reactions in people? This makes sense if you think about it from a branding standpoint. Many brands use color to entice people. If you think about it, McDonald's has the golden arches, Nike the black swoosh, and Target the red bullseye. Let's talk for just a moment about what each color means. Good Housekeeping has a great article on this that I'll attach to the show notes. They went through a couple of the different types of colors and their meanings, and I'll just go through them here. So if you wear red, you want to be confident. You choose this color if you want your eyes to be drawn to your nails. It can be seen as strength, flirty, and maybe even a sexy vibe. You're a little bit of a risk taker, you follow your heart, and you're full of passion. Yellow makes us think of cheerful things. Our eyes are drawn to it. Often we feel happy and we have energy. Green is seen as healing and environmental. It depicts growth, often having a soothing personality, and people come to you for advice. You love the world around you and the environment and nature. Orange, like the one I have on, is associated with happiness, being outgoing, being around other people, and loving life. Blue is often seen as reliable. You possess depth and stability. Those who like pink, they often wear their heart on their sleeve. They're often sweet and easily likable by all. It's seen as a feminine and chic, and often even a soft color. White, which is a really popular color for nails these days, it depicts being open-minded and represents new beginnings. It can be reflective and innocent. Purple denotes spirituality and royalty. You enjoy the finer things in life and often have a youthful energy. Black, another color I absolutely love, and I've learned to love, black can be powerful. It can provide comfort and protection from the outside world. Sometimes it's seen as rebellious. It's such a great color. Silver sometimes is seen as graceful and glamorous. Gold is success and generosity. And then there's, of course, my favorite color, gray. Gray often denotes balance and peace. As I mentioned, my go-to color, sometimes light, sometimes dark. It goes with almost anything and can pick up colors of what I'm wearing or can reflect and look a little bit different depending on the light. I love that aspect. I love thinking about each color and what it can mean. For me, I've been more conscious when picking out a color to tune into what I'm feeling in the moment and what I'm first drawn to in a color palette that week that I go. I try to go with my first instinct and not to overthink it. I often look around and see all the different colors that other women are wearing on their nails, and I get almost envious at how pretty it looks. But I also know sometimes what they pink, the light pink, isn't my color. It doesn't look good on me. I need a bright color. I want one that brings in energy, brings me happiness, makes me think when I look at it. Knowing the meaning behind the colors can sometimes help me too if I know that I have an event coming up and I want to reflect outwardly what I'm feeling or want to be on the inside.
Are you tired of feeling held back by fear? It's time to break free and live life unafraid. Are you ready to get real? Spend some time journaling and coloring to face what's holding you back? Introducing the 30 Days to Unafraid Coloring Affirmation Journal. Color away and process your fears with empowering mandalas for self-care. This journal is your roadmap to conquering fear and embracing change with confidence. Don't let fear control your life any longer. Order your copy of 30 Days Unafraid today and take the first steps towards a life without limits. Visit www.authenticandbrave.com/unafraid or find the journal 30 Days Unafraid Coloring Affirmation Journal on Amazon. It's time to unleash your potential and live unafraid. Get your copy now.
So let's go back to the article for a moment that I mentioned in the beginning, the Glamour article. How to manifest your 2023 goals using nail polish colors. I talk a lot on this podcast about listening to your authentic self and bravely taking action. For me, painting my nails is a rebellion at times, and at others, manifesting my authentic self taking action. I believe that what we give energy to helps to manifest our desires. So why couldn't a nail color aid us in getting us what we want? And hear me out. If you're new to manifesting is making a conscious decision to shift all of our positive energy to believe something will happen. It's the act of visualizing what we want and making it happen in our lives. It isn't quite as easy as it sounds, and the simple act of thinking doesn't necessarily make something come true. Manifesting takes some time and some effort and some focus. It can often be associated with spiritual beliefs, but there are scientific principles that can be applied to enhance the effectiveness of manifestation techniques. Here are some scientifically grounded approaches to manifestation. The first step is to clarify your goals. Clearly define what you want to manifest. Being specific helps in setting a clear intention and focusing your thoughts and actions towards achieving it. Often writing it down, putting it on paper, so that you can see it over and over again in a positive manner will help. You need to visualize. Visualize yourself already in possession of what you want to manifest. Use your imagination to create vivid mental images of achieving your goals. This technique can help activate the brain's neural networks associated with motivation and goal attainment. We all then need to adapt a positive mindset. Cultivate a positive mindset by practicing gratitude, optimism, and self-belief. Positive emotions have been shown to broaden cognitive abilities and enhance problem-solving skills, making it easier to recognize opportunities that align with your goals and your desires and your wishes. Take inspired action. This is where that brave part comes through. Manifestation is not solely about wishful thinking. It requires taking action towards your goals. Break down your goals into smaller, actionable steps and consistently work towards them. Taking action not only increases your chance of success, but also reinforces your belief in the manifestation process. Align your beliefs and your values. Examine any limiting belief or self-doubt that might hinder your progress towards your goals and towards getting what you want. Identify and challenge negative beliefs, replacing them with positive affirmations that align with who you are, what you want, and your goals that you're seeking. Aligning your beliefs with values with your desired outcomes helps create a sense of congruence and also can increase motivation. Another important part of manifestation, surrounding ourselves with support. Seek out like-minded individuals who share similar goals, visions, and beliefs. Supportive community can provide encouragement, accountability, and inspiration. There's so many podcasts out there now that you can listen to about achieving what it is you want, creating a life that you want, manifesting the things that you believe in. And then lastly, utilize the power of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind plays a crucial role in shaping your thoughts, behaviors, and outcomes. Engage in practices such as meditation, possibly even hypnosis, to access and reprogram your subconscious mind with positive affirmations and beliefs that support your manifestations. Also, visualizing can help, as mentioned earlier. Seeing yourself achieving, seeing yourself having the life that you want can help rewire the brain and help work towards motivation for change. It's important to note that while these techniques can enhance your mindset and motivation, they don't guarantee immediate or guaranteed results. Manifestation is a process that requires patience, persistence, and realistic expectations. By combining scientific principles with intention and action, you can increase the likelihood of manifesting your desired outcomes. One way to do that is to surround ourselves with reminders of what we want, how we want to feel, and visual cues to practice changing our energy. Nail color can be one of those cues. Just being able to look down at your hand and see the color that you've chosen, the vibe that you want to feel, the goal that you have, visualizing maybe being a little bit different on the outside than you have been in the past, that the outside matches the inside, and nail color can reflect that. According to Glamour magazine, every color holds a vibrational energy that can enhance our intentions. When we use color consciously, we can manifest our desires, shift how we feel, and change the energy. We all relate to color. We all know which colors we love and which one makes us look the other way. This is reflective of the energy we are working with and what we need to feel balanced. So we've covered a lot today. And while you first may have not been sure where I was going with this, I hope you walk away knowing a little bit more about color psychology, the importance of challenging our inner rules, how they came to be, whose rules they are, and why they exist. And that you're willing to let yourself love what you love and be more authentic in your choices. That you're learning to let the insides match the outsides and vice versa. Today, my orange nails are helping to remind me to be bold and brave, creative, and most of all, me. That's it for this week. If you've enjoyed this episode, please send it to someone you think would really enjoy it. And don't forget to like it on iTunes or wherever you're listening. I would so appreciate it. And until next time, paint your nails, be bold, and keep on being authentic and brave. Thank you so much for listening to the Authentic and Brave podcast. I want to remind our listeners that the content of this podcast is not a substitute for professional therapy or medical advice. The information shared in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you are experiencing mental health issue or any other medical concern, we strongly encourage you to seek help from a licensed professional. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, also called NAMI, helpline is a great resource and can be reached at 1-800-950-NAMI or 1-800-950-6264. Thanks so much for tuning into the Authentic and Brave podcast. If you want more, head over to the AuthenticandBravePodcast.com for show notes and sign up for the mailing list so you'll never miss an episode. If you're looking for inspiration, connection, and people like you and me, be sure to join my exclusive community on Facebook. The link's waiting for you at AuthenticandBravePodcast.com. This is Dr. Beth Russell signing off. See you next time.